see. Let's see. We are live. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sean Lou.
What it do is your boy Q.
We are live and back on the scene one more time. Two black guys coming to hit you back up one more again. Hey, we are coming at you, and we just thank you all for subscribing. We thank you all for watching. Those who haven't, please click like and subscribe. It'll help the channel. We got a lot of growing to do, but I guarantee you're going to have a lot of fun while we're doing it, all right?
Oh, you know it.
So we're going to be doing a lot of big things. We have a very good discussion. I know that in our last episode, we kept saying that we had like all these like part twos that we were going to do. Like we're going to do another episode. We'll get to them. I promise. Yeah. We'll get to them. We got them all written down. So, we're going to cover all of them. But we were like, it took us forever to get this doggone thing started today because between the conversations that we were having, we had some wild conversations.
And we're gonna have some nice content coming from
very nice content
you guys as well.
Between the conversation that we were having and doggone technical difficulties, it took us like I think about just about an hour to get up, but we're here now. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into our conversation. So what the conversation was, our conversation today is
we're gonna do the best DC animation films.
DC animation. We gotta love DC
we
animation.
Already know, look. One of our discussion that we was having today is, why DC animation films are so great.
Yes.
One thing we love about just the DC universe, and we know about Marvel and everything like
Marvel's
that.
Good. Marvel's real
great.
Good.
But me personally, I like DC. I love the storyline.
I love the storylines too.
They got the best story.
DC to Marvel. DC storyline wise, like art and action, like live action. Because you look at how Marvel has all these great heroes with all these fantastic powers. So you would look at them for more visual stuff.
Yeah.
But when you want a good storyline,
along with the powers,
along with the art, along with the with the action, like DC has that on lock. And I guess it's more or less because DC was the first comic book company, so they have more experience in that. But whatever the reason is, like DC, like they got that like on point. 100%.
Oh yeah. And it shows in their movies.
Yes.
It shows in the animation shows, whether it was the Batman animation series, whether it was the Superman animation series.
Yeah.
Of course, we grew up on those. But they also it picked up from the Justice League series. Also with the Batman Beyonds.
And then that's right. That's also not to mention like just the regular TV shows, like everything of it. Like I don't care what you talk about, be it DC or Marvel. When you talk about any kind of movie storylines or any kind of animation or anything like that, like everything, you got to look at it all. Like for instance, when you look at Marvel, you can't just look at the Avengers. You got to look at all the Captain America movies, the Thor movies, the Iron Man movies. Yeah. You got to look at the Incredible Hulk movie. You got to look, you know what I'm saying? You got to look at all the stories that like help build into. It's the same way with the DC animation. Like all of their storylines, including with like Young Justice, Teen Titans, like all of them, like they all go together. It's like you can't leave one out without talking about the other. They all like lead one and right into each other.
Yeah, and we just about to get right into it. So, a lot of times, like when we're doing these lists, sometimes it's not about like who's like the first, like number one.
We'll just say this one's number one.
Yeah.
By all means, if you disagree, let us know what your number one is. That's hey, it's all good, man.
But these are, I think, what's important is that the list has these movies on.
Yes. Yes.
See, it's not about who's number one.
It's just about what movies are there.
That's on the list.
So
you know what I mean? So I think like we should just do for right now. Let's go ahead and just hop right in it.
Let's do it.
The Death of Superman.
Okay.
We do five. Let's just do five.
Death of Superman. Okay, so when they
did
Death of Superman, because
what do you think about that?
Okay, now mind you, a lot of these movies, like especially with Death of Superman, because I read the comic book when the Death of Superman comic book came out.
Mm-hmm.
My parents.
Does it belong on the list?
We ran to the story. I would say yes, and here's why. We read the comic book, and the comic book just it left you devastated because nobody wants to see Superman die. But when you see how like they brought it out in the animation, and you see the like to read it and look at it in the comic book is one thing.
Yeah.
To see them portray it in live action, the hits, like you're seeing, like you can feel like for instance, when Doomsday and Superman first connected with like their first, I don't know if their first punch or one of the punches, and they both connected, and it like sonic boom, and destroyed most of Metropolis just from the you like the chills that you felt from that, the excitement you felt from that. I'm sorry, it trumped what I was reading in the comic book. Like they caught it like perfectly. So I would definitely say, because it's like, and then on top of that, you carried the rest of the storyline. Unfortunately, when I was a kid, all thing I did was read was the death of Superman. I didn't follow up any. So unfortunately, I don't know if the rest of it was how they actually portrayed it in the comic books. But to actually have it be where the actual fight went down the way that it was,
I mean, you had to, because even I remember when the comic books came out, I got them with the death of Superman. It was like, you know what I mean? Doomsday. I remember like it was just like the craziest thing to hear, like Superman dying and everything like that. So of course, you know, you gotta transform it into the animation so we can actually see it, you know. And I think it's important to have it on the list. I just think like, because we know who Superman is. You know, he is literally the standard of every hero. Of every hero that's drawn on a piece of paper to become what it is today.
But then also, it's like with the movie, you know, when you look at when you think of Superman, you think of Superman as unbeatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another reason why
more powerful than a locomotive, faster than a speeding bullet. I mean, this is
buildings in a single bound, like, you know,
like but because it's just like, you know, like you say, he's the first. Because he's the first. You know, he laid the groundwork. So, of course, everybody can build upon his foundation in order to build their own structure.
Yes.
But the thing here is, you know, the death of Superman was just showing, you know, Superman's structure.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's to show that, okay, even though he is powerful, hey.
But that's just the thing. Is like, again, and I mean, I'm always going to say this, you know, I do believe that they did not let Superman. Why the hell they let Superman?
Oh, you already know. I feel the same way.
They had him holding his powers
back. They hold him back too much. Yeah, I already know. I feel the same way.
Because especially like in the movie when he fought himself, he fought the clone of himself.
Yeah.
That clone, like, I get it, you know, clone, you know, the whole big thing with clones. We can talk about clones all day, but you get what it's like. It's like this clone was programmed to be a better Superman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why is it that these two, like, I can see it how.
But they do that same thing with Darkseid too.
But here's the thing. I can see, like, okay, like when he had to go fight his clone. Remember, he was not 100% fighting at full strength. Then he was fighting at full strength when he was fighting himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like that when they did that, it made you feel Superman's struggle. It really honestly did make you feel like Superman can be beaten now at that time. But he still like overcame.
Yeah.
But it was like when I was watching him fight Darkseid, like I said, when I was reading about it, when I was a kid, when I was reading about it, I think I'm like 8, 9 years old when that comic book came out, if I'm not mistaken. I think about 8 or 9. And even as a kid, I'm like, he's more powerful than that. He shouldn't. There's no, like, all due respect.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Doomsday cannot hold his own. Doomsday can more than hold his own against Superman. But to have it be where Superman, like, you're already up against a threat that in the comic books, Doomsday came in killing, like he wasn't playing games. Yeah. You look at most villains, even Darkseid, they come in and they like to play games a little bit. Doomsday just came in just wrecking house. He just came in
because you didn't know who he was.
He just came. He just came.
And the craziest part about it is when they first introduced him, remember, he had a whole different outfit.
He's punching through the dog. He's punching through a doggone punching through the ground. That's what I'm saying. That's how they introduced him. They introduced him where I forget what comic book, but it was like at the end of the comic book, they just show somebody like punching through a holding cell.
Yeah.
And then like comic book series after that, it was like a couple comics, like 3, 4, 5 comics after that. They show this dude in a mask, halfway tied up, punching through the ground.
Yeah.
He's just punching, and he finally comes out, and then it's like he's just Now it's just this guy who's got one arm tied behind his back and a mask on. He honestly looked like Bane. He looked like a 1990s, 80s version of Bane, like
with a
Bane,
gas mask on.
That's what he honestly used to look. He looked like Bane when he first came on the scene. But then it's like, as heroes came trying to stop him, because he went on a killing spree then, a destruction killing spree then, heroes came to stop him. They're tearing, as he's fighting, they're tearing off more of his costume, and it's just, oh man, and that next thing you know, he got both arms out, it was over. You know what I'm saying? So from that moment, when you're looking at it, come on, man.
Bro.
Like,
bro. Superman, the death of Superman has to be on the list.
It's got to be on the list.
I think it's, to be honest with you, I think it's top 5. We're going to do 5.
We'll do top 5.
Yeah, we're going to do 5.
We'll be here all day if we don't.
Yeah, Superman, death of Superman, 5.
Definitely top 5. We'll say no. Okay, number 5.
Number 4. What do you think?
Number 4, Flashpoint.
I don't think it should be 4.
I'd say 4.
I say 3.
I'd say 4. I would say number 4.
Only reason why I say 3 because it's the timeline. It's so cold. What's so cold about the Flashpoint is because one, it shows the ability of the Flash.
Full ability of the Flash, yes.
Full ability of the Flash.
Yes.
So what? Not only does he can go back in time,
he can heal himself.
And because he affecting the timeline to where it can change so many things.
It did. It changed everything.
It can literally change. The Flashpoint is literally what they're doing over there in DC with Loki.
Marvel, what they're doing tomorrow. Yeah.
With the whole timeline, literally, that's all. Literally, Flashpoint can literally be something like what DC is doing with Kang the Conqueror and all that, with all these different timelines.
Yeah,
to me, and it's like because the significance of just affecting the timeline like that.
Right.
I just think that just add a little bit more weight to me. So I will put that as number 3.
I'd say that's my number 4. And the reason why I would say that is my number 4 is because you have it where there's one movie that is definitely number 1. And there's another movie that's definitely number 2. And there's no way, I guarantee you're not going to argue with me on the number 1 and number 2 slots of what I would say with that one. But I would honestly say that the reason why I put that one is because it's like, and don't get me wrong, that was a cold movie with everything that they brought out, especially when they brought out everything with Thomas Wayne. When they brought Thomas Wayne on the scene, like, don't get me wrong, we're Batman fanatics more or less. I mean, we love Superman hands down. We do. Superman's always going to be the boy. But when you had it where there was no Superman, but there was still a Batman.
Yep.
Okay? There was still a Batman. There was still a Joker. And here's what most people don't even know. Joker was Thomas Wayne's wife.
Yeah.
In the Flashpoint paradox, Joker is Thomas Wayne's wife. Remember when you see, if you look at it, there's a part where Bruce Wayne gets killed. Bruce gets killed, not the parents.
Yeah.
And the mother starts laughing. She goes insane. She watches her son's dying in her arm. She goes insane. Thomas goes on ahead. He goes, I'm going to become she goes and goes on a killing spree.
And this the thing here. What it also did was, and see, that's what I was saying about the timeline, right? Not only did it made, like, okay, there was going to be a Batman, but it was going to be a different type of Batman.
Yes.
Now you got a Batman with a gun.
Right. You got a Batman. And he kills.
Batman does not. Yep. Batman. Those are some of the rules. And see, that's what I'm saying. The significance of that. You had Aquaman and Wonder Woman getting number 1.
But they were together, and then because they were together,
I never even think about Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
Like we've seen Batman and Wonder Woman, we've seen Superman and Wonder Woman,
and Wonder Woman with whoever other dude, but never only
you've only seen Aquaman with his wife.
Yep.
I forget her name, but you've only seen him with her.
Deathstrike
Was the president? No, he wasn't the president.
No, but he was a good guy though.
Was it? No, he wasn't.
He wasn't the president. But what I'm saying, he was a good guy.
What movie was that when he was the president? Was that when?
I thought that was a Flash movie, but I can't recall which one.
I forget which one it was. But
I just think Flashpoint, like I'm being honest with you, it's just so much.
It was.
I know. Like I just think
because I would honestly, okay, the reason why I would say Flashpoint is number 4 because honestly, I have to go back to a classic as my number 3, and the classic that I would say is my number 3 is Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah,
because Batman: Mask of the Phantasm for the most part is what kicked it off.
But that's my 4 though.
Oh, okay.
I'm being honest with you. That's my 4.
Okay.
I would have had Phantasm as 4. And then put Paradox as 3.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Right.
Like, because I think don't get me wrong now. I know the significance of Mask of the Phantasm and everything like that. But I just think like, okay, as time went on and everything, I think their movies has gotten a whole lot better.
Oh man.
The story, and I just think like, that I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like it's another older movie that, like you said, is better than Flashpoint. But I just think Flashpoint is better than Phantasm. That's just me.
I got to give it to Phantasm.
Yeah.
And the reason why I got to give it to Phantasm is because you watch everybody who's ever read Batman comic books, you already know Batman's struggle. Everybody knows Batman's struggle. But when you watch the animated series, they did not necessarily capture Batman's struggle in the animated series.
Yeah.
So when you watch Mask of the Phantasm,
that was his first time struggling like that. Yeah.
You watch his struggle, and then it really brought out the significance of his struggle with fighting. Or well, not his struggle with fighting Joker, but so like how smart Joker was. You never really you read it in the comic books as him.
Yeah.
But when you see Mask of the Phantasm and you see like they actually show how Joker was just as good as a detective, not better, but just as good as a detective as Batman, because he was the one that found out everybody thought it was Batman doing the killing. He's the one found out it wasn't Batman. He's the one that found out who it was.
Yeah, it was old girl.
He found out it was a chick before Batman found out who it was. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you would when you seen that the Joker figured everything out before Batman, that was a jaw dropper in itself to where you're like, no, how did you you're like automatically like how did you figure this out before Batman? Mind you, Batman does a lot of not underhanded, but behind the scenes stuff trying to get his answer. Joker's just like, yeah, we're gonna get the answer. I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'll kill him to draw them out. Joker will do whatever it takes.
Yeah, Joker crazy.
And you see how you gotta stay tuned because we got a storyline.
Oh yeah,
we got a storyline. Here's what we're gonna try to do. It's like I'm gonna propose this idea. Okay, we're gonna build. Forgive us for copyright infringement. I don't know what, but whatever. But we're gonna build a storyline just on here, mind you. It's not. We're not gonna put it like
it's all pretend,
but it's just like like a concept.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna build a concept off of that idea what we were talking about,
hey,
and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do like little bits and tidbits and whatnot on the show. All right, so you guys stay tuned and trust me. Anybody, we'll just say this: if anybody who liked the DC Marvel mashup.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
You're gonna love this.
And this the craziest thing. It just on the fly, it just happened.
We just honestly, literally.
And I guarantee you, this is like a.
We literally just pulled out the cat right behind. We
just literally that nobody has ever even thought about.
Nope, Bat and the Sun. We got you covered on this one.
I know for sure. I know for sure.
But we love you, Bat and the Sun. We love your work.
Yeah.
But
well, then you know what? Okay, just off top, then just from the respect I have for Phantasm, I go ahead and push Flashpoint down to 4, and then I have Phantasm at 3. Then,
all right.
So then that leaves us with 2.
Number 2, Batman and Superman versus Doomsday. I mean, not Doom. Batman and Superman. Apocalypse.
Batman and Superman
Apocalypse is number 2.
I'm finna hit my Goku, baby. I'm finna power up, baby.
That is number 2. Now you look at the.
Do y'all understand?
You can't.
Hold up. This I got. It was a comment that I want to respond to, and it came from his brother, who I'm gonna call Unlucky. Okay, little bro, big bro, little bro. I don't know which one, but let me tell you why Batman is so cold and why it's hard to beat Batman and Superman.
It's hard to beat one by themselves.
By themselves is already hard. But you got to understand something. The respect that Darkseid had for Batman in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you can YouTube now, Batman versus
when he first stepped on the scene, Darkseid would just looked at Batman as a little bug. He's just like, whatever.
Because the scene starts off with him just looking out the window.
He wasn't even looking at him.
He wasn't even looking at him.
Acknowledge him.
Wouldn't even acknowledge him. Until he told him that, I'm gonna detonate all these bombs on your planet. You ain't gonna be able to survive this, you and your people. And he was like, man, you can't do it because it's encrypted. Batman said he said,
does this encryption sound? And he said the encryption code. And Darkseid
stopped and looked at him.
And turn around. Now, mind you got to understand, now for any comic book nerd out there, you got to understand that when you have it where, I don't care, like, mind you, I'm an action guy. I mean, comic books, Marvel, comic books, martial arts movies, action movies. You look at every villain, right, in any kind of action film.
Yeah.
If they do not consider you a challenge, the film always has it to where the villain doesn't even acknowledge the individual that they're coming up against unless they recognize him as a challenge. You're looking at Darkseid. Darkseid is he is the number one. You can argue with me all you want to. He is the number one villain across I don't care, Marvel, DC, whatever other comic book companies that are out there, my comic book, he is the number one villain. Okay?
He got the brains.
The brawn.
To be like we were saying earlier, to be honest with you, Darkseid is everything that you would actually want in a superhero.
Yes.
Because he has the intelligence, the smarts, he has the power.
I'm gonna get the job done one way or another.
Yeah, like all of that. And what's so cool
he has a code of conduct about himself. He has an honor code about himself.
Because in that scene, what we were talking about, right? So in the Batman Superman versus Apocalypse. So in that scene, after he tells him the code, of course it pisses off Darkseid.
Right.
So Darkseid, he's sitting there, he backhands Batman.
Batman
taking punches from.
He's getting beaten
taking
up.
punches
Darkseid does not hold back. Okay? Darkseid doesn't play games.
And Darkseid, and like he was saying, Darkseid, remember, he loves to torment Superman because he's strong.
Yes.
Because he can take those punches.
He knows that Superman
but he hates him at the same time. So it's not like he don't want to kill him, but he knows that he could take it.
But he only hates Superman because he can't get him to join. He can't manipulate Superman to join him.
Yeah.
So remember, Darkseid wants if it's powerful.
Yep.
Whatever is powerful, Darkseid wants control over it.
Yeah.
All right. Superman, most powerful being on Earth. He wants control over it. Superwoman, Supergirl, she wants control. He's gone on Supergirl several times because she's more powerful than Superman.
I hate you saying that.
It's true. Come on, man. Look, it's true.
I know you keep
it's
saying
true.
It.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
I hate
Somebody back me up.
Somebody don't back him up.
Somebody back me up on this.
No.
Anyway, hey,
somebody back me up. I hate when he say that.
Somebody
every time he says he's not, I can't stand it.
Somebody go get comic historian or doggone.
I can't stand it.
Rob,
I understand it. I understand.
Go get Rob from Rob Core. Somebody, please, would you please have them come and let him know, let this man know, because those guys, they've read these comic books hands down.
1 million destroyed.
Supergirl is stronger because, like I said in the last video, she's older. And then they even said it in the movie. They even said it in the movie.
No, let's get back to the
movie.
Okay, let's get back to Apocalypse. So hold on.
So he wants her because she's powerful,
right?
So
which is part of the movie.
Yes,
which is part of the movie. Look, we just playing, but what's so dope is right. So after he done pushed Batman, he done smacked Batman around and pushed the man through a wall and everything. So Batman, he tells him what he wants him to do. He wants to leave. He wants Supergirl, leave Supergirl alone, and
return her back to Wonder Woman and Superman.
And leave her alone. And give me your word. Give me your word.
Now, mind you, this is for Batman to know that Darkseid is an honorable individual. That he has some type of honor structure. That's not something that you don't just. There is nobody
from the guy that's trying to kill you.
Mind you, this is and if I'm not mistaken, in this movie, this is like their first not the first time they necessarily fought him, but like the first time they physically. Like the first time Batman and Superman and everybody physically, because every other time it was more or less through Doomsday. Yeah, this is the first time they're actually taking it to Darkseid.
Yeah, so they went to his.
So for Batman to know that Darkseid had a code and that he had something that he cared about, to where Batman could wager that he would make him give him his word.
Yep.
And then to have it be, you got to also remember, Batman is nothing but a regular human.
And Darkseid said that a human who will risk it. He was like, Darkseid even said that how he was being a human.
He said that
he would risk everything just to win the battle.
He said the Amazonian and the Kryptonian wouldn't have done what you did. Said, but you.
He said it was an admirable trait, and because of that trait, Darkseid literally said, "You have my word." He said, "I will release the Kryptonians," and he literally let him go.
Yep,
Darkseid walked away.
He just walked away and said, "You
can't." And this man, hold up, he was so pissed off that Batman knew his code and everything. His eyes started glowing. He was finna hit him with the Omega beam.
He was about to blast.
He was finna blast. He's like, "I could blast you." And he's like, "I could destroy you right now." Doing all this right now. But at the same time, he was like,
that's not gonna stop the bomb force from going off.
Yep. Batman stuck to his code.
When he said that, Darkseid realized, okay, if I blast him, he's right.
He even punching him through a wall and everything. He thought that was gonna break him. And Batman, what'd he say? Say it. He told Darkseid.
He's choking. He's saying, "Say it." Wait, Batman. Now, mind you. You got to think about. You got to think about what Batman's mental game is.
Yeah.
Remember, he is one. He's getting slapped around. Now I get it. Batman suit protects him. Batman made it.
No, but this Darkseid. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like Batman,
he didn't have no Superman Buster suit on.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like Batman had on like a standard suit. Mind you, I get it. Like Batman made a suit to where it takes damage. But you are getting slapped around on somebody on a Superman level that's not holding back. Then, mind you,
you
get slammed through a wall.
Hold on, he punched him first with two hands. He literally did
hammered him down, grabbed him up, slammed him into a wall several times. Mind you, while he's holding him by the neck, so therefore Darkseid is choking him out.
Hold up, he's choking him out over a pool of lava that's
hanging
out.
Over a pool of lava. So he's
gonna choke him out and then release him and burn his body.
He can't breathe or nothing. And he's like, "Promise me." So to have it be where these two are trying to call each other's bluff.
Yep.
They're trying to call each other's bluff. Yep. And Batman won.
Yep. Won. Against a villain
Darkseid
that literally,
mind you, remember, Darkseid takes pride in playing superheroes and villains as chess pieces
and taking over everything.
If you read some of the comic books, you see Darkseid up on his planet, moving everybody around as a chess piece.
That's why you don't see a lot of Darkseid, because Darkseid is always the ultimate.
He's always
it's the same thing like how they got with Thanos. You're gonna have all these other bad guys. What it is in every video game, any movie, you got the bosses for all the bosses.
Yep.
That's who Darkseid is, and we talking about Batman going 1v1 against this man.
Not a punch. And the only one who threw punches was Darkseid.
Yep.
Mind you, Batman's a bad man when he's throwing hands. But Batman did not have to throw not one punch, and he still beat the ultimate villain.
Because and this another thing too, that Darkseid, you could tell that he I liked how they did it was the remember I was saying the way they talk with one another.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
There was a level of respect.
It was a level of respect the way they was talking to one another. He's very intellectual.
Yes.
I'm talking about both of them.
Yes.
But Darkseid, he's very intellectual. Like he's no dummy. No. Like he's not like you're not coming at him with no little dumb stuff. You can't be playing around.
No, you gotta have your stuff together.
Like he's serious.
Your stuff has to be 100%
like he's serious.
Together and on
he's
point.
About what he's about.
But that's how Batman is all the time. That's what makes a lot of the villains respect him and hate him, because Batman is going to you can catch him slipping physically every now and then. You can sneak up on him every now and then. But for the most part,
that's why the Joker want Batman so bad.
You're not gonna catch Batman slipping.
He want to change Batman character. He want
Batman.
He want Batman.
He wants to break.
He want to move it around. He want to do all this, and he can't. And Batman won't allow it. And that's what I think. That's the thing that thrives Joker. Because whatever Joker does, he can get people to make them feel, or he can manipulate them. He can't manipulate that. It's like hitting the wall, and he like, I gotta get this.
And then, mind you, and it also drives Joker insane that, mind you, Batman can't be manipulated. His entire, other than Jason Todd, he couldn't manipulate too much of the other Bat family.
Mm-hmm.
He paralyzed and raped Barbara Gordon. All right. Mind you, he killed Jason Todd.
Yep.
But mind you, he just
and Jason Todd wound up going to the Lazarus pit
and
get crazy.
Mind you, look at how long he had to torture Jason Todd for Jason Todd to crack.
Yep.
All right. Now, all due respect,
and he was a kid.
He was still a kid. He had to crack. He had to crack Jason Todd, and it took time for him to do it. Beating him, torturing him, branding him, all this other kind of just constantly just with a gun. And
as a child. Now, remind you what you think Apocalypse was going to do to Batman. And Batman is an adult. And everybody, all the Robins pick up from Batman. We all know this. Again, Batman is one of the greatest superheroes. He is top. Is 1-1A. Is Superman, Batman, however you want to do it. But no matter what, it's still
it's like no matter what, it's like. But again, it's like, okay, like how I said, how Darkseid is like the number one villain, right? Like Batman, and I'm like I said Darkseid is number one across all comic book spectrum.
Yeah.
Batman is number two across all comic book spectrum. Some people even debate that Batman is number one across because he can beat Superman.
Yep.
It's been proven. He's done it.
Hold up. Especially when remember with that whole new series where they get trapped and he had the white armor.
Yeah.
You know that's like Batman's ultimate armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yo, it can like you put that Batman against anybody it's over with.
It's a wrap.
So our number one, Batman Beyond, The Return of the Joker.
That's his number one. That's his number one. That's his number one.
Oh, let me tell you why it's the best. One, it has one of the best. For one, it has Batman Beyond.
Yes.
AKA Terry.
Yes.
AKA the new Batman, the one that they need to bring back out.
And if anybody, I'm telling you, any of you all who like Batman, if you wind up reading the Batman Beyond storyline, if you read the Batman Beyond comic book storyline, you will not be disappointed. That like all
Batman Beyond is so cold, right?
It is so like
it was ahead of its time. Like real talk.
Yes.
Like when it came out, it was still ahead of its time. And the craziest thing today is you can still bring out Batman Beyond right now.
And it'll still be 100% relevant.
It'll still be 100% relevant. You can just bring it out right now. You don't have to change up too much with Batman Beyond. To be honest with you, I'm being honest with you. That's what they really need to start doing. That
they need to start.
They need to.
We love
everything
we love Batman, Superman,
but if they're going younger,
they really need to start moving. Like
they need to push the Teen Titans, the Nightwings, the Batman. That's why that's what reason. But this is the reason why. Unfortunately, and I mean, I love DC. I'm always going to love DC, but this is the reason why they're saying that DC's popularity is fading because they keep trying to rebuild Superman. They keep trying to rebuild Batman. They keep trying to rebuild. But then you look at Marvel, they've got Peter Parker, but now they got Miles Morales. Now they've got Spider-Gwen. They've got, Venom is starting to come more and more and more. I mean, he was already on the scene as a hero. Even your girl, Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
What I'm saying is they expanded, like they expanded from
they're taking the new generation.
Yep, new generation.
They're bringing in new generation, new heroes. They're introducing all of these things, so it's making people look at Marvel like, okay, they're moving. DC is kind of stuck, like
stagnant.
Where the hell, like all? And I mean, I said this before in a previous video that's probably somewhere lost on Facebook. But where the hell do you go from Superman? Where do you go from Batman? Like, yeah, I get it. They're bringing up. They got Batman and Superman's sons. Like, they got Damian and Connor. Is it Connor? No, not Connor. Is it Connor? They got Superboy. They got Superboy coming out because they got it where Superboy is like gay or whatever and so forth. But they got Superboy coming out and like they're trying to, push them as being, they're trying to get, but
it's problems. See, even with that whole Superboy thing, it's problems with that because they can't even sell those.
Because again,
because the narrative is getting too political. The thing people don't want to look at politics.
Nobody cares about
to their comic.
Okay,
books.
It's like this. Like you look at this. One,
you know what I mean?
One is politics, but then it's also like look. I'll put it like this. When I heard that they were coming out with Superboy, I got excited until they said, well, he's going to be gay. Mind you, I don't care if Superboy's gay. I could care less. He's a fictional character. That's not the reason why it made me upset. The reason why it made me upset is because why should that matter? It's one thing if you incorporate it into the story. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You just make it part of the story. He's gay. Like, oh, man, he's gay. Man. But it's another thing if you're just like, hey, Superboy's gay. And it's like, why? But like, it's like you're just kind of like, it just, it takes away from things. Like I said, not, you know what I'm saying?
No, because that's what I'm saying. Because
everything's politically correct. To make it politically correct to try to incorporate all, this whole woke thing that they got going on with everybody.
That's missing the point because your storyline and character development is what's going to keep the people coming.
Yes.
See, you're not coming to watch a Spider-Man film just because you just know that it's Spider-Man.
You're coming to find out where does Miles Morales fit in as a new Spider-Man.
Based upon what? From the development of that character. You know the storylines. You know the plot lines. You know all about this. Even if you don't know, you know of us. You have a child, nephew, niece, somebody, uncle,
somebody,
auntie, whoever, I don't care who it is. Somebody grew up on some of those cartoons and those comic books to where you don't even have to know it. They will just tell you, oh, okay, this is that, this and that. And then you'll be like, oh, okay, you might not even know it, but you'll kind of get an understanding of it. Mm. And then by the time somebody tell you that and you watch the movie, you like, oh, okay, I get it.
Adds to it.
You're like, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you use that to add to it. You guys, it's like you get it where they're trying to use it as a selling point. And it's like, no,
it's not. That shouldn't be the selling point.
No.
The selling point is the actual character itself. And the character, but
being having to be a Superboy, like we're waiting. Like I said, everybody's waiting for the DC, the main DC characters to kind of move out the way. We're waiting for that. Everybody is.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
So like, when you said, "Hey, we got Superboy coming out," we're making Superboy like we're building him to be, where he's going to start trying to take. Yes, we want to see that. Yes, just put it out there. That's what we want to see. We want to see Super. We want to see storylines where now you have it where instead of Bruce and Clark, you've got I think it's Jonathan I think it's Jonathan Clark. I forget what Superboy's name is, but you get Superboy and Damian Wayne because they're using Damian Wayne to replace, to come up as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
We would love to see them as the new Batman and Superman. We would love to see that because of the legacy that was set before them.
Yeah, but I just think, bro, like with this, when you trying to lead with, like, don't get me wrong now, right? In these comic books, they might have a love interest or something like that, but that ain't really what the story, because they don't really stick to those storylines,
right?
Because either they'll kill off the girl, or she'll have to go somewhere, or it just
the love interest. The love interest is basically
always
changing.
Just
to help add to the storyline.
Same thing. Willie won't he? Is always that storyline for the longest.
Yep.
Before they even really get together. It was the same thing with Lois Lane and Superman. It was always a Willie won't he. She wanted, I'm gonna tell you something. She wanted Superman.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want Clark Kent.
It's the same way it was when she met Batman. She didn't want Batman, but she wanted Bruce Wayne.
Right. But when she got Superman, then she wanted Clark.
Once
you know what I'm saying? Once she found out. But but like again, that's never really what it is. That helps. That just develop.
Right, that just helps the storyline.
Yeah, it's just, but that's not the storyline. That's not.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody unless you watch like the old episodes of like Lois and Clark from the 90s.
But that was for TV.
But that's what I'm saying. You didn't watch. You didn't read a Superman comic book like what's going to happen to Lois Lane today. Nobody cared about that, bro. They were like, what is Superman going to do? That's all it was. It wasn't about a love interest. They were like, okay, we know he's going after her because he loves her, but okay, it was what we're looking for the action. We're looking for the action. We're looking for
bro, because they like you said, they keep trying to push this
the wrong stuff. It's
like
stuff that nobody cares about.
I'm gonna tell you, like this is another thing. Like what I think they should do, like what DC should do, is instead of going like not only doing your Superman and your Batmans, but go younger. What I mean by younger is if you're gonna do a live action film, how about do a Teen Titans live action? You know what I mean?
They've been doing like a lot of Teen Titans, like they got the Teen Titans live action series.
Man, that's not what's gonna do it for them.
No, it's not.
That ain't doing it for them.
That's not doing when you look at that what is it?
That's on
DC Legends TV show. While it's doing very well, I like the DC Legends. It's still not enough to like really like help them like really boost the DC moniker.
Yeah, it's not that ain't what's gonna get it for them. No. But when you see, because the thing here is your competition is making these bigger movies with they Spider-Mans, with they Thors, with they Iron Man,
and their younger generations.
Yeah, with the younger generations and stuff like that, with the Black Panthers. What I'm saying here is that's your competition.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, your competition is showing you up. So you need to come up with something that's gonna spark it. I understand you wanted the Justice League, but y'all fumbled that up. They done fumbled that up so much. They messed that up.
Unfortunately, yes.
They did good with the Man of Steel.
Yes.
They did good with that when they had what's his name become Batman.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. Actually, at first I wasn't sure. I'm a firm believer in let me see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see it first, then I'll be able to judge it. So I don't want to just judge it.
He made
I like he had, and to be honest with you, he had that off of the like the Batman, the old Batman, off the movie that we was talking about, the animated movie.
Mask of Phantasm?
No. The one when he
Return of the Dark Knight.
The Return of the Dark Knight. That's who Ben Affleck Batman remind me of a little bit of.
Yes.
That's who I think when I see that.
Especially like when you see him in the costume.
Yeah, when you see him, he bigger. Like think about that scene when he up in there when he went to go save Superman's mom.
Yeah.
Bro, going off. Bro, I love that scene. I'm like, bro, they should, and that's why I don't think Ben Affleck should have. I think, to be honest with you, to me, he was supposed to carry the new mantle of the Batman because I liked him as being the Batman.
He did very well.
He did
Batman.
like he
mind
really
you, I like Christian Bale as Batman. Christian Bale did great as Batman
for
too.
sure.
But when
what they was doing for a different replacement, I honestly he held his own. He really held his own.
He really did good.
And he literally brought I could picture him being
Bruce Wayne, Batman.
Bruce Wayne.
You can picture him.
I can picture him being Bruce Wayne. And then you know what? When he put on his cape, I'm like, I can see him being
I see.
And then when I see him get the fight, and of course it's a movie, so I don't put no stock in that. I'm a grown man, but
mind you, in the
film
when they had Ben Affleck do Daredevil. You know what I'm saying? They had him doing like a lot of different parts. So when he did the Batman stuff, he really was able to sell it. Mind you, I do get it. Was a lot of it was probably stunt double, but still,
but it don't matter. But his history done showed you.
Yes,
his history done showed you. So because his history done showed me, and I seen it with my own two eyes, and I could pull up a scenes or the actual movie to show me, like, you know what. I like this Batman.
Yeah.
I like this Superman. Okay, I see what we got, what we working with. You know what? I like this Flash.
Yes.
I like this Wonder Woman.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? They had the pieces.
They did Aquaman
They
good.
had
They did Aquaman real good.
They had the piece. They had the right people and the piece, and they couldn't bring it together.
So
you fumbled at the line. You was on your way. You was literally on your way.
But it's like, but again, this is going to bring us back to the original conversation, which is why even though they might have fumbled on the live action, like they know, like Marvel can't touch them on animation.
Right. And this is why, to me, the Return of the Joker is number one.
For me, my number one is Batman, Superman, Most Wanted. Batman, Superman, Most Wanted. You had superheroes, you had the government, you had villains. Nobody could stop him. Lex Luthor was doggone president of the United States, had all the resources that he could muster, still couldn't touch them, still couldn't stop him.
Shazam came out.
Shazam, Hawkman, doggone Black Lightning. You had Captain Adam. Was it Captain Adam? Yeah, Captain Adam. Whoever the other Captain Adam got.
You had Giant Woman.
You had Gorilla God. You had, man. Oh goodness gracious.
You had Solomon Grundy.
Siren. You had all these people. You had Hush. Yo. Hush was even in the doggone movie. It was like, come on, man. And nobody. They are, and they're just, and then mind you, hold on. This is a small scene. It's a very small scene for most people. And they're like, yeah, well, whatever. For me, it was real big, and here's why.
That's not.
Here's why. Here's why.
Both of them to my number one.
You had it where, remember when they're fighting, right? Batman, he's fighting whoever. Superman's fighting whoever, right? I forget who shot Superman up, and shot Batman. They took Batman up in the sky, and he's fighting him. He got away from him, and he's just like, I need air support. I got you. Superman's doing his thing. They're still in the midst of all this chaos, the two of them against top notch. They're going against top notch villains. Still
and superheroes.
Still 100% coordinated. Still 100% coordinated.
And hold on. Not only what it showed you was the teamwork was so supreme, right? The trust that they have for one another is so supreme, right? The skills, whatever the one lacks, they making up for it. If they go back to back on y'all, it's over with.
Come on, man.
It's over with.
You had it where
Superman is not concerned at the fact that Batman is not as strong or fast as me. Superman already knows what Batman is capable of. He knows Batman.
Superman can let Batman. You look at, like, okay, for instance, you look at like Batman. You look at Batman with like a lot of be it fellow heroes or be it his Bat family, and for the most part, you always see Batman is always kind of looking over his shoulder. I would say he's only grown to not look over his shoulder at Nightwing.
Yeah, because that's because Nightwing, you got to Nightwing a whole nother can of worms to me. You know what I'm saying? That's his little. That's his son. Little brother, son,
his partner, his sidekick. That's his everything.
But see, Nightwing didn't show Batman, because even when Batman was gone, Nightwing picked up the mantle and actually
held his own.
When the Batman costume,
held his own.
So it's a whole nother. It's so much love, trust with that.
So it's like, but you look at like with any of the other Robins, you look at like with any of the Batgirls, if they're there, Batgirl, Batwoman. Any of them, Batman's he's like halfway like looking over his shoulder to make sure that they're good. He don't look over his shoulder with Nightwing. That's the same way it is that with Superman. Batman, mind you, again, remember, Batman has no powers. He's just got a suit with a bunch of gadgets. Where the hell he pulls all these gadgets from, I don't know. But that's all he's got.
Batman power.
And Superman is just like, basically it's just they already got it set up. Superman's like, I'll take out the strongest of the strongest. And then he's like, it's like almost like just an unspoken thing. Like, I'll handle the strongest. Batman, you handle the rest. And Batman's not like, he's just like, what the hell are we standing here talking for? Do your thing. He's all.
Batman already gone.
Right. The moment, by the time Superman talks about like, okay, Bruce, I'm gonna take care of this and that, and then you gotta. By the time Batman's up, he's already battering somebody. He's got somebody. He's already defeated 4 or 5 people by the time Superman does.
Batman already, because Batman already. Look. Everybody know how. Look, even the Justice League. This not even including Superman, but the Wonder Woman's, the Flashes. They know that Batman always going to work with a plan. Always. You know what I mean? They're going to trust his lead. Remember, in that movie, he was the only one that didn't get arrested. He didn't give himself up. Batman was like, y'all could do that. I ain't going. Remember, they asked him all. They
came trying to say, "Hey, why don't you join us? Why don't you join us?" He's like, "I don't trust Lex, so forget it. It ain't happening." You know what I'm saying? Superman was like, "I don't trust Lex," but Superman still tried to be.
Did it just on some but that's just Superman nature,
right?
So I don't even fault him for that. But I already knew, like, you should. Let's tell you how the G.
But then, mind you, remember this. Superman went to talk to Batman, and he was like, "I'm going to do it. You should come with me." And Batman's like, "You're a fool. I'm not going to be there to save you." And still showed up to save him. He's fighting Metallo. Yep. They're fighting. They're going at it. And then Batman shows up, gets him out of there.
And matter of fact, then Superman said, like, why you was late?
Yeah. What took you so long?
What took you so long? Come on, man.
These two are they work together so well. They are so well coordinated.
Remember, they was enemy, and the thing here is your enemy sometimes can be your good friend. Mm-hmm. Like, I've heard so many stories about people that had like fights with people that they couldn't stand or whatever.
I remember,
and they wind up, they like, man, we still best friends to this day.
I remember the first animated I don't know if it was a movie or if it was a show, but the first time they actually animated Batman and Superman meeting each other, and that was when Bruce Wayne came to Metropolis. Lois fell for Bruce.
That's what they did in the movie.
Lois fell for Bruce.
No, it was in the animated series.
Lois fell for Bruce.
It was in the animated series.
I forget what they had to do, but they were stopping Penguin or Joker. Or somebody.
It was in the animated series. I know exactly. I know the episode and everything. I know exactly.
And it was like Batman had somebody hemmed up, and then Superman comes over like, "Hey," and then Batman just like
they was in the club. They was in the bar.
Yeah, Batman just now, mind you, this shows you just how cold Batman is. Superman comes and is like, "Hey, you need to stop." Batman literally just and tossed Superman like he was nothing
into a crate. And hold on. And the coldest part about that scene, right? So Superman was like, okay, Superman can see through anything except for lead. So he wound up seeing that was Bruce.
And then tried to come back.
Hold on. No. Well, so cold. He said, all right. So, all right, cool. You want to know who I am? All right.
Bugged him. He's Superman Clark comes out on his, and he's like, what is that? He's looking miles away at the doggone.
No. He's at Lois' house.
Yeah, looking miles away at the doggone bat plane, and Batman's sitting there like, gotcha. And then after that,
on the roof.
Then after
he's spying on her. Batman is spying on Clark over at Lois' Lane house.
Then on top of that, from that moment on, every single time Superman and Batman met, Superman would be like, oh, why can't I see through your?
Yeah.
He's like, I know you can't see through lead. I don't like people knowing who I am. I like my privacy.
Bruh,
he knew
that lets you know. Like
these two are
Batman gonna get low on you.
These two,
he gonna get low. Batman gonna take it to a level that Batman is gonna take things to a level that Superman, and it's not that he can't. It's just Superman will not.
Because Superman understands, the nature of powers. He's like,
he always. We know this that Superman is going to he's going to always try to do the right thing.
Yes.
And he's not trying to jeopardize, even if it's for him to sacrifice himself in order to save somebody else.
Yes.
Batman going to sacrifice himself, but not the way Superman going to do it. He can hit Batman to find what can he do to sacrifice that in order to save the situation.
He'll just sacrifice because he already knows very little that can harm him.
Yep.
So Superman already knows, okay, I'll recover. He'll just put himself in harm's way full force.
Batman will
put himself in harm's way as the absolute, there is no other way.
You got to come through me in order for me
and you better believe that if that's the case, Batman has already still got things several things planned
already. And that if you want to go back to the return of the Batman, old man Batman. That's like how they got old man Wolverine, old man Logan, old man Batman, old man Batman. You see what he did to Superman in that. Matter of fact, him and Green Arrow hooked up. Green Arrow had a half of an arm, got dog.
Still shooting on point. Still able to hit him on point.
Matter of fact, hold up. It was so dope, right? Instead of just shooting him with an arrow, thinking we're finna make the whole airborne.
Yeah, he made the kryptonite.
We're gonna make kryptonite airborne. What? You can't stop air. You can't catch air.
Batman is just
can't stop air.
So that is the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and whoever else here is, every comic book nerd that has a hard on for a comic book that we love. This is the reason why.
Those are our 5 best DC animation movies. Really 6. But to be honest with you, I'm being honest with you. Batman, Superman Most Wanted, and The Return of the Joker. I never get tired of them. I love them both. I mean, The Return of the Joker, literally just that plot twist, like I said, that plot twist of who, and if you haven't seen the movie, I'm trying not to. I'm not trying to give away, but the ending is worth you sitting. I mean, and another thing about DC animation films, when you're watching it, even though it's an animation, when you're watching it, you don't feel like you're watching a cartoon.
No, you don't.
That's the main thing.
It makes you feel like you're watching a live action. It makes you feel like you're watching a live action movie, and it makes you feel like you're reading the comic book. Really, they really know how to suck you in. But I will say this, to those of you out there who I'm sure there's a lot of you that will disagree with this, but you disagree on a good note, that Batman Under the Red Hood is our honorable mention.
Oh yeah.
That is our honorable mention.
Yeah.
Because that movie is
yeah.
Just a part alone. That part alone where the dude threw the car at Batman and Batman he snaked through the car like it wasn't nothing.
Oh
and still,
my God, bro.
Come on, man. That
Let's put it like this. Robin becomes what the Joker was first.
He becomes the Joker's first
identity, or the Joker's first identity,
his first criminal identity.
But you know what? But see, that's what I'm saying. Like this is why like DC animation films is so great.
The storyline,
and just like they could come with plot twists. You know what I mean? Like they can give you a depth of. I mean, even with the old man, Batman, one of them films where he killed Joker in it.
Yes.
Remember, the Joker was on a shooting spree up in and matter of fact, that tunnel, the love tunnel.
Yeah.
He was shooting people in the love tunnel,
just shooting them,
and wound up by the end of it, he got a batarang in the eye,
got a batarang in the eye, a bullet in the head,
Like
no, Batman used the bullet to set fire to him.
Yeah,
he doused him in gas or whatever, and then shot him and set him on fire.
Yep. And it's like and same thing with Thomas Wayne. The same thing with the Flashpoint, where DC it will take it there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Marvel don't really take it there.
No.
DC will show you some dark.
They tried with the whole in game and the whole and I'm not saying that it was great. They did great.
Yeah,
they did great. Marvel did great. But
no.
Compared to DC Animation,
no. Because you already know, they bringing that real to you. They not bringing this. They not like I said. DC, you got Joker.
DC, if you were to look at the two, like I said, I keep saying DC is if you were to say which one would seem more real to life and which one would seem more fantasy. Marvel is more fantasy.
Yep, and DC
is more real life because you look how many of the heroes don't have powers, but they're out there. You know what I'm saying? But
that's why the Dark Knight films were so great.
Yes. But then you look at Marvel, who of everybody does. I think who is it? Moon Knight is the only person out there that really doesn't have any powers, and they're even remaking his character to have powers. So,
yeah.
There aren't too many people. I think the only person
DC you can name a whole.
The only person in Marvel that doesn't have powers is Elektra.
Yeah, she's still the same.
I think she's the only person that does not
have... Daredevil.
He doesn't know, but he's got his acute senses.
Yeah.
Make him...
the Punisher.
And Punisher, yes.
But, they skilled, but it's still not powers like that. They're extremely, weapon skilled masters.
I think they're making Black Widow. I think they're taking.
Oh, her. Black Widow is.
They're taking because remember she used to have the super serum. She was a super soldier serum. Yeah. Nick Fury was a super soldier serum. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're taking that away from Black Widow.
Bucky,
he's got the arm. He's got the bionic arm.
Yeah. He got the better arm. He got that Wakanda arm.
And then you also got Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have any power. He just got the suit.
Yeah.
So, you
same thing with Iron
Man.
Yeah.
And War Machine. You got very few of them that don't have powers. But, I mean, if you look at DC, all the Bat family, doggone Green Arrow, Huntress, Catwoman, doggone Black Cat. Who else do we got? God, it'll be all day naming folks in DC.
Name some of the villains.
Lex. Joker.
Stop. You don't need just them two alone is gonna wreck a lot of shots.
I won't even put Joker. If you put Lex Luthor in the Marvel universe, give Lex Luthor a month. He'll own the set.
He'll have Tony Stark looking. Matter of fact, damn, that'd be such a great storyline. Lex Luthor versus Tony Stark. Because remember in Iron Man 2, he was going against what's-it-called? He was trying to steal his
Hammer, the Hammer guy. What's his name?
I can't think of his first name, but the Hammer guy.
Yeah.
The one who made old boy with the whips. But what I'm saying is that's the same thing Lex would do. He would do that same type of stuff with Iron Man. Okay. I'm gonna show you what my money do. And I'm gonna show you what my smarts would do. Because Lex play in-game type.
Lex is a genius. Lex's genius surpasses Tony Stark's.
Yeah, and Lex on that in-game type of genius. He ain't on this what I say with Tony Stark is planetary.
I'll put it like this.
Tony Stark is planetary.
Lex is always world domination mindset.
Yep.
Lex Luthor has always been 100% world domination. He just always, I'm going to start with Metropolis. Why? And it's just, when you know you got,
I'm at.
But you know what I'm saying. But that's just how it always was. Lex has always just been like 100. Like I'm like how Ike Turner said, I'm up here. That's always been Lex. I'm up here.
And even Superman know that.
Batman knows that.
Know that.
Everybody
knows
that. Green Arrow knows because Green Arrow fights Lex a lot of times. He knows that. Like, man, we got one of these days we're gonna do an episode.
See, because I could name a lot of villains that if you put them in the DC,
we are going to do some serious cross matching.
I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you another. I can tell you another villain in Marvel will have a hard time with DC.
Who's that?
Kingpin.
Oh please, Kingpin, man! They'll make Kingpin. You
put him in Gotham. Now he'll be running stuff in Gotham, but by the time you meet up with Batman, it's over.
Because if you put him up against Kingpin, if you put Kingpin up against Tobias Wales, he wouldn't. Tobias Wells would do Kingpin in.
You think so?
I know so.
Yeah.
Because Tobias Wells, like Kingpin and Tobias Wells, they're kind of like the same character. Only thing Tobias Wells is black. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they're basically the same character. But while Kingpin is he's very like Kingpin is like a more like Lex Luthor type. Tobias Wells is more of a I'm gonna get it done type. I don't care what's going down. Like if you get in my way, you're dead. Period.
Kingpin ain't got the brains like
he ain't got, and then like again, that too. Yeah. Tobias Wells he's like I said, most people in DC are intellectual, be it villain or hero. They're very, very, very intellectual. I'm not saying Kingpin is not in it. He is, but not on the level of DC characters. Yep. Not on the level of DC characters. Tobias Wells, he wouldn't make it past Tobias.
Yeah.
He would not.
But he'll definitely, like far as gangsters go, in DC,
he would
definitely be running.
He would definitely have to have to have his own part of Gotham.
Yep.
Like I'll put it like this. I'll put it like this.
That's what it
is. He couldn't be in Gotham. He'd have to be in Nightwing's territory. He would be able to take all of Nightwing's, the people that Nightwing fight. He'd do that.
Yeah, you know what? You're right because
he would hands down
because Kingpin ain't touching the Joker.
He would hands down take them out.
Bane will give him problems.
Please,
Bane will give him
Bane will give him the business. Bane will give him hell. Hell, Penguin will give doggone Kingpin the business.
The Croc will have definitely, yeah.
Because if you look at the Penguin's character, Penguin has really grown and established himself as like a serious staple of the crime community. Back when we were young,
he ain't even gonna be able to handle Poison Ivy.
He won't be able to handle Two-Face.
I forgot all about Two-Face.
He can't handle Two-Face.
I forgot all about Two-Face.
So I mean,
dang, and them just the bad guys. I ain't even thinking about superheroes because I already know a lot of superheroes. He ain't touching nobody in the Justice League.
Nope.
You just eliminate that.
Nope. He
ain't touching nobody in the Justice League.
He would have to be somebody who, because Green Arrow, Green Arrow would toss that dude to the side.
He ain't touching anybody.
It would have to be like I said. He would have to be in I forget what. Green Arrow's in Star City. I forget where Nightwing is set up, but yeah, he would be a good villain for Nightwing.
Yeah,
I would say he'd be a real good villain for Nightwing, and he would be a very, very good villain for the Teen Titans.
Yeah, because you know what, they got a lot of that Spider-Man in them, especially Nightwing. He got a lot of that Spider-Man in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mine is the actual physical power. But everything else that Spider-Man got, the agility and all of that other stuff, Nightwing got that off top.
I will say this, and we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I will say one villain that I believe would do exceptionally well in the DC universe is Green Goblin.
Oh, you know what? The Goblin will have a field day.
I think he would do exceptionally well.
Green Goblin will have a field day.
Carnage.
hold up. Oh, real talk.
Put Carnage in DC.
Hey.
Woo!
Yo, you put Carnage. Yo.
Or even Venom. Even Venom.
Symbiotes. Because they could get in. Yo, they could do something. Because you see what he did with Spider-Man. So you know if he get attached to anybody. Picture Venom on Batman suit.
You talk about Batman who laughs. That like, oh my God.
Hey, put Batman who laughs in the Marvel universe.
Man, like you can't.
It's gonna be a lot of these. It's gonna be a lot of people hands to their heart. We want to give a shout out to all those who passed away.
You'll wipe out hell. You'll wipe out hell. You won't have nothing. But I'm gonna tell you right now. You put Batman who laughs in the Marvel universe. You're only going to have the Avengers and the X-Men and a few Defenders. That's it. Yeah. That is it. Yeah. He's gonna wipe out majority of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's gonna find out how to wipe out Sword. He's gonna find out hell. Give him an opportunity. He's gonna wipe out Guardians of the Galaxy and the Nova Corps.
Nova is good.
Nova's really
Nova he'll thrive in DC.
He would. Nova would do because DC does a lot of intergalactic stuff.
Yeah, man. But with the Green Lantern Corps, Nova would definitely. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Nova will thrive.
Imagine Nova with a ring.
That's what I'm saying. Nova will thrive in DC. See, you don't really unless you start to really, really get into their galaxy stuff and Marvel. That's when you start to pick up on Nova. But real talk, you put Nova in DC, he'll thrive because you got the booster golds and all them other stuff. Man, please. But Nova will be thriving in DC. If he had to choose, I guarantee he'll stay in DC.
Yeah, he would because he would automatically be moved to top tier hero.
Yep.
Automatically.
Just kicking butt and taking names.
That's just like,
bro.
Man,
I'm trying to, bro. Man, we gotta get up.
We gotta get up out of here. We'll be here all day talking about thinking of this stuff.
We like talking about this
stuff. I mean, but okay. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. But we're gonna try to do on the next episode. Unless you guys put it in the comments, we're gonna probably not to say do away with it, but we're gonna probably move to something more anime or like fighting. We're gonna move to another topic because we cover everything.
We like to switch it up, baby.
So, I mean, like I said, I know we've been promising you guys several part 2 messages. Several part 2 shows, but we'll get around to them. So, you guys just stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? By all means, please click like, subscribe.
Click like, subscribe.
And
once again, subscribe.
You know what I'm saying?
Hit that like bell. Hit that subscribe button. Anything to keep pushing this algorithm for YouTube so you can enjoy your boy.
Give us a click. Click like, subscribe. CLS. Click. Give us a click. Give us a click like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. All right.
Look, we accept all forms of comments. Good or bad.
Good, bad. Hey,
don't matter.
If you want to be that, if you just want to be that troll that just starts some kind of
troll us by subscribing. That's how you control.
Somebody gonna get in there and start a conversation. Malcolm, thank you so much for putting in the comment, which helped us to really, bring out the big portion of the conversation about Batman and Superman.
Boy, you know what I'm saying? I can't believe you. We need more people. Okay.
Thank you very much for the comment. Hey, everybody else that gave a comment, by all means, thank you very much. You guys keep adding more comments, keep keep subscribing, and we're just gonna check you later. Sean Lewis out.
It's your boy Q. What to do? 2 Black Eyes. Holla at y'all
later.
Bro,